What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about the number one, and this is relatable to all of you, trust me, the number one thing that all my clients do that ruin their chances. Okay, so jumping right into this, please do not click off because I'm going to dive into it, but the simple answer is, or I guess the simple thing, God damn it, that you all do is you do X, okay, X, whatever it is, when you know you shouldn't. You have cognitive dissonance. Now, again, don't click off because here's the thing. I understand why you're doing what you're doing, okay? I'm pretty harsh with my clients, but at the same time, I've been on both ends of the stick. I've been the chaser, and I've been the one who has actually been, believe it or not, this thing right here has been chased. So I know how it is, and I know this is why I really emphasize maximizing attraction. This is why I made a guide on maximizing attraction. You can get that guide down below if you're interested in getting a guide just hooked on you, because at the end of the day, attraction is the facilitator, okay? If you're doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing, so let me give you a little list. You know you shouldn't sleep with them, but you do. You know you should cut them off, but you don't. You know you should give them the ultimatum, but you don't. You know you need to call him out. You know you give him too many damn chances. You know he's weaseling his way back in, but you let all this happen anyway. You know he's a liar. You know he's deceiving. You know he's manipulating. You know he's this. You know he's that. You know he doesn't want a relationship, but you still stick around. You still give him so many chances. You still linger, or you let him linger, or you let him weasel his way back in. And I always tell my clients, like this, one of the sayings I always say is that women get to a point where they desire a man so much that they fear losing him. You know, this is attraction because he has such a strong hold on you emotionally, that you fear losing him, that you end up lowering your standards to keep him around, and then you're shocked by the situation you're in, because trust me, he's going to take advantage of it. Now, the beautiful thing about this, though, and again, this is why I made the guide, is you kind of want to flip this. You want him to feel these things for you, and that's again through attraction. But I want you ladies to know that when you end up having this cognitive dissonance, when you end up talking to these dudes and let's say they're doing something they shouldn't do and you let it slide, or you don't have the standards, or again, the cognitive dissonance, like you should say or do or act differently, but you don't. You have to understand that this gives men a lot of power in this power dynamic. And the reason for that is what I call the negotiation, okay? And what that basically is it's the things you guys do and say, or maybe you don't do or say. It's just the lack of. Maybe it's nonverbal. Maybe it's just body language. Maybe it's just the agreement that lets a man know kind of what he can get away with and what are the standards and what he can, again, say or do. So for example, the example I always use is if you and a guy are hooking up and you say you want a relationship and he says no, but then you continue to hook up, he should only assume that you're okay with hooking up. Otherwise, why are you still hooking up when you said you want a relationship? He should assume you're on his page, not that he's on yours, because if he was on yours, or if you were on a different page, you would have cut it off right then and there. But again, the cognitive dissonance, women do. They know they shouldn't do it, but they continue to do it anyway. And then you wonder why you're not in the situation you're in. Ladies, you have to understand that a man is never going to put himself at a disservice, at least long term, what he believes is a disservice. So if you think sticking around, here's a great example. If you think sticking around for a guy is going to make him change his mind, or that you're going to build attraction after 2 months, 3, 4, 5 months, he realizes you're the one, that's not going to happen. Even if things are picking up and going better, it's not going to happen. Why would he logically? Men are very logical. Why would I logically? Because there's already a reason I'm not committing to you if you give me the ultimatum, we're still talking, or it's 2 months in, or 6 to 8 dates in, and I'm still not pulling you off the market, because we're risk avoidant too. It's smarter if I just take you off the market if I want a relationship, because keeping you on the market, I have a chance of losing you. But anyway, why would he take you off the market and commit to you? Like, what else is he getting? if he hasn't done it yet. If he hasn't done it yet, it's because he knows it's a disservice for him and it's a disadvantage to him. Probably because he wants to stay single. He's unsure about you. He's unsure about a relationship. He's talking to Almira or whatever the fuck that bitch's name is. He's talking to her over here. Talking to Susie, Sally, Gertrude. He's talking to all these bitches. Okay, they're not bitches, but he's talking to all these women, and you're continuing to let him do this thing with them, whether it's 2 months or 2 years. He's not going to commit. There's no advantage for him to commit to you. He's getting everything he wants from you right now. What else would I be getting committing to you? I would only be doing myself as a man, if I don't want a relationship with you, a disservice, because I'd be committing to something I already have, and I'd be cutting off Almira. I love Almira. I don't want to cut that bitch off. I love her. So I want both of you. That's what a lot of guys do. Okay? So if you just start having some type of standard, ladies, and I don't mean you gotta play hard to get. I don't mean you gotta be cold. I don't mean you gotta be a bitch. I'm not saying don't sleep with dudes. I'm just saying you have to be very honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I lowering my standards? Am I keeping this guy around even though I know nothing's gonna happen? Am I becoming a little too hopeful? And if that's the case, you got to cut a dude out, because, ladies, I promise you, he's not going. If he has not committed yet, he's not. I promise you, he's not going to commit. There's no reason for him to do so. No reason. And by you sticking around hoping that he does, he's going to take advantage of that, okay? So if you want to learn how to attract a guy tenfold and get him hooked on you, links down below. Just check out the guide. Ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.